Hi guys, Latonya Davis here to talk to you a little bit about, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about trauma today. Normally I talk about desegregation and in a way it all just goes hand in hand. But before I begin, please share, subscribe to my channel, like or comment so we can have a chat on the issues that we're talking about here in St. Louis. Well, before I also begin, I want to let you know that I do have a new website. It is latonyadavis.us. So latonyadavis.us. Go check it out. Still working on it, but I think you might like it. I have a video on the speech and other things, information about me that you might be interested in. So please check that out, latonyadavis.us. Well, trauma's the big buzzword now, and it is for a reason. People that go through it, it can affect them for the rest of their lives. And growing up the way that I grew up, it also, affects me still as an adult. You would think that trauma only, occurs as a kid and then you get over it, but that's not necessarily the case. I mean, you go through it, and some people, go through depression as a result of it, or, become really stressed out or aggressive as a result. And I've seen that obviously in my students that have gone through that before. So it's definitely something that we really need to focus on. That's why a lot of schools and colleges and social workers are getting that absolute training for that in order to handle situations like that, because it is a problem. And something I wanted to talk about, thinking about trauma, is just the fact that adults go through it too. I mean, it's been stressful with the whole 9 move that I made. It didn't cause trauma, but it caused a lot of stress. And that alone can, is enough to just, make a person worry. And that worry does nothing for you. And so what happens is when adults go through trauma that they're going through, then their kids see it and it can affect them as well. I remember there were times where, my mom couldn't pay the bills, or, the electric or the gas went out and things like that. And how stressful that was for me as a kid who couldn't do anything about it. And we have a lot of students that are going through that right now. It's snowing. Some people may not have heat, which can be traumatic for a lot of people, obviously, and stressful, especially as we're headed toward Thanksgiving next week or in a couple of weeks, and then we have Christmas right after that. Bam, bam, right after the next, and that can cause a lot of trauma, stress, not being able to give people things that you want to be able to give them during the holiday season, and that could be stressful. I mean, when adults are going through trauma, I mean, depending on their age or just the way that they are, I mean, that could cause trouble with the kids, that could cause abuse possibly with the kids or to the kids when they're hungry or when they're stressed. I mean, people tend to get agitated, and people that don't know how to handle stress can cause, unfortunately, they may hit or yell and mentally abuse a kid, which is basically what the trauma is that happens to them. And, I remember growing up, and, we couldn't afford a lot, and my mom had to get us some toys, and the toys that we got were not obviously what we wanted. I remember getting a male toy. It was a Bo He-Man toy. I loved that toy because I knew that my mom got it with what she had, and it was sad. I mean, it was exciting now as as an adult to know that my mom tried her hardest to get me what she could, but it was just really unfortunate because I couldn't get what I really wanted, which was obviously a doll or a Barbie or something like that. But I still love that toy as much as I would love a doll, because I knew that my mom did whatever she could to get it for me. So those are just things that kids go through in this time of in this season. As we go through this season, just keep that in mind and try to help any kid that you can, that you encounter with, that may be going through a tough time. They may not have enough food for Thanksgiving or a turkey or something like that. So let's keep that in mind, especially with our kids. It's so important that we try to give them what they should have. A happy Thanksgiving, a happy holiday season. So, all right, as I think about that, or as I want you to think about that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment on my videos, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Have a great holiday.